You know what? In this video, we're just going to be looking at buying versus building a luxury home. What is the best option? You know, some people prefer they should buy, while some prefer they should actually build. You know, let me tell you something, because I'm going to make this in relation to the high net worth individuals. If you're coming to this video, do well to like this video. Anytime you're watching me, do well to like this video. If you have not subscribed, you just do well to subscribe to this channel. My name is Dr. Utibe Akah, and I'm just here to give you valuable information and insights with regards to building and the built environment. So I teach people how to design and build houses, and also help people who want to build their houses to build it and minimize the cost. So high net worth individuals actually face a very critical choice when it comes to building their houses. So the point is that should they buy, or should they buy existing building, or should they actually build a custom made real estate? Each of the options that they may choose have their pros and cons. But you know, the point here is they have criteria which you have to look at the costs, which is very critical. You have to look at the control they have over it, and you have to look at time. You know, what's the time lag that they want to get the projects finished, and as well the long-term value of the project. If you have not liked this video at this time, you're not doing well. So go ahead and like this video as we proceed, and feel free to drop a comment so that I can also take on your comments at the long run in this video, right? Okay, so now in this video I'm going to break down everything that you need to know. Okay, so you can actually make a very good decision about your wealth building and your strategy that you want to get to use. All right, something funny, come on, where are they? I hope I'm live. Great, beautiful. So as you're coming in, kindly like this video, okay, and tell me how do I look? Do you like that? Just do. Oh, good. Hey, good to see you. Baby Blue, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, now you are here and you've seen the title of the video. That's what we're talking about buying or building a luxury home. Which one is best? All right, so you can feel free to drop your comments. If you're joining this live stream now, do well to like this video. If you have not subscribed and you're joining, please go ahead and subscribe, because if you do that, we will always be together. Whenever I come up live, you will not have any issues, but you get to be. Yeah, great. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to reveal the inside secret so that you can really have a grasp on what we are looking at. Right. So I want to ask you a question. Are you a high net worth individual? Do you think you have the money to buy a house? If you don't, are you in the industry that you want to advise someone? In any case, there is something that you can actually learn from this video. Okay, so let's talk about buying an existing high-end property. Okay, something just touched my mind now. I've just got a feel in my mind. Okay, yeah, hi. Great. But you guys have not liked this video. Why have you not liked the video? And I feel like I shouldn't talk if you don't like this video, right? Go and like this video so that we can talk. Hi, Taki Clat, how are you? Good to have you here. So what do you want us to? Yeah, you sub? Why did you sub? All right, great. For as many as are coming in here, I just want you to like this video. I'm seeing just a few likes. So go ahead and like this video for us to continue, right? So the pros and the cons of buying a luxury home. I'll look at it in this aspect. We'll deal with the advantages first of all. For you to buy a luxury home, there is immediate, you have that building immediately, so you are going to gain time. So there is no waiting for construction, there is no waiting to move in, so you can just buy straight away. But that buying could be in two ends: buying an already finished high class luxury apartment, or buying an old building to refurbish. Now the point, great, Clark, thanks for liking the video. Now the point here is, if you are buying and you're buying a building that is already finished, you have gained time. That's the most important aspect. And if you are buying a building, you are already looking at the location where it is located, so it is finished. You are seeing the potential against the person who is not buying the building that is already finished. So it's one of the most important factors that we consider when someone is buying a building. Then another one is that you don't have issues on cost. You don't have any issues about cost, because the cost is fixed. If you are building, you know that there will be definitely cases of variation. But if you are buying, the cost is fixed. You can make your decision and you plan with it and you buy and go with that. Yeah. Fredo, how are you? Hi to you too. Great. Go ahead and like the video so we proceed. Right? But you know what? There is also this aspect of what we call lower risk. If you buy a building, the risk is low, because you will not have construction budgeting surprises in economies where you have inflation. You will not have such issues. All right, so you will not have issues with contractor, where contractor will come and tell you that the cost of the build, the estimated cost is no longer the cost because of inflation. So, but there are also major downside of buying a building. This is why I really want us to look at this comparison. Buying is good, but not buying also has its own buying also has its own major downside. Let me take this again so that you can get it clear. Four major advantages. One, the building is going to be available for you if you are buying immediately. The second one is the location is key, because you know the location, you see the potentials of the location. So it's not a place that you're going to think whether it's going to be a good location or not. You're already seeing it's prime, so you can make your choice, right? Then the cost also is fixed. These are the advantages. And the risk is low. All right. Hi, Salmon VR. Hi, welcome. So, but the downsides of it, you will have limited customization. Let me get this clear. When you buy a house, that house has already been built. You cannot make your inputs further. Design had already been done. You see the point? Because it's an already built house. So that's the downside of that. And overpriced market. Remember that you can buy because of maybe the marketer. It's coming from a very high-end marketer, and you see it as hello. Yeah, if you're coming into this video, do well to like this video. Straight up, do well to like this video as you come in here, right? I said hi too. Hi. Great to have you here, right? All right, so the downside of it is overpriced market. Luxury homes often come, with inflated pricing due to what? The brand. Imagine you are buying what do I call this? Yes, a luxury brand. The cost definitely is going to be high. All right. And there are also potential hidden issues. There are things that will be hidden that you don't know about the building, especially if it comes to older homes. It may require you to do some repairs, and those repairs might be so expensive. Please like this video if you are coming into this live stream now. Like this video now. All right, we continue. So you see, I've mentioned how many? I've mentioned 3 downsides of buying a house, a luxury house, or buying any building. The downside is that you may have limitations in customizing the building, and the price can also be high based on the brand you are buying from, or whoever is the vendor you are buying from. Then there will be potential hidden issues. These issues could come from things that are bad that you might need to fix upon buying. All right? Great. If you've gotten this, go ahead and drop a comment that you get the point. All right. Buying is perfect. Don't get me wrong. If you want a turnkey experience, but what about building? Just think about this. You can actually buy, but what about buying an off plan where you have an option of giving your input into it? At Crafterjack, you know what? That's what we do. We actually help people to build houses and own their dream houses, where we help you from the design phase to the turnkey, and you just don't have delays. Once we give you the price, that's the price you have. So it's an EPC kind of work, engineering, procurement, and construction type contract. So you don't have to hustle yourself. That's what we do, and that's why I introduced myself as at first instance, that I help you or help people to design and build houses. And this is what I've been doing for over 22 years. In as much as I am an academic, and I also help my students, I train them for them to know how to do this. But the experience is so vast that I just have to come here and tell you, as a desirous or a potential house owner, that these are the things you should do. So high net worth individuals, they don't play with this. They understand that real estate is the game, and they don't play with it. So if you are still sleeping and you have not invested in real estate, you don't have a property, you have not bought any building, you have not owned a luxury apartment anywhere, then you have not started. It means that you need to start strategizing to do this. You start from somewhere, because time is actually ticking. All right? So now let's look at building a luxury home, the pros and the cons. Building from scratch will give you full control. That's it. But it is actually worth it. Let me start with the benefits, which are the pros. Number 1, you will have full customization. You can design your dream home or rather to your exact specification. You can design it to your specification, meaning that if you come to Crafterjack today, or if you meet Dr. Akah today, we will design to your specifications, and we will help you in the process such that you have full control with it. Number 2, you can introduce smart features, newer technological features into the building, so you can have a smart building, a building that is fully automated, a building that is energy efficient, and a building that is resilient, future proof. There are some materials that we have now that we didn't have before. You can make use of materials that have longevity, that can last that can stand the test of time. Once again, everyone who is coming in here, do well to like this video. If you don't like this video, I think you don't really want to hear me again. So go ahead and like this video if you like what I'm talking about. However you came here, you are the right spot. All right? So here we talk about buildings, we talk about houses, we talk about designs, we talk about how to help you own your own house, and especially luxury apartments, luxury building. So it's not just about reading from somewhere. I am an architect, so if you have questions related to this, I am here to answer you. Great. So the next benefit of building your own luxury home is that the investment value will be stronger, because you will actually be able to control the costs. You will make it unique. You put high quality materials, and you know that when you customize your building for it to be luxurious, you attract the people who can pay. So going to buy an old building and building your own, you have control over the kind of materials that is to be used, and that will actually enable it to be high-end, luxurious, which will make it to be attractive. Then when you are building, choice of location also comes into play, because you decide on the location where you want to build. Not just, oh, I've seen a building and the agent tells you that we have a building at a particular location, and you're constrained to going to buy a building that is already located there. But you can actually look at the choice location where you feel is strategic. You could even buy already existing buildings and demolish and build what is your choice. So that's an advantage. You get? Also, so the point here also comes that to you and to every other person, that building is not for everyone. Actually, most people may never build. Sorry to say this, because it is actually a high cost investment. So most people may actually never build. That's why we have a lot of people, they go into new cities, they are paying rent and they're doing that. Yeah, all figures are not equal, right? So you need to also know that there are challenges to building. If you want to build a luxury apartment, there are challenges. Number one challenge is it will take a longer time. Very important for you to know. It will take a longer time. And construction can take up to about sometimes 2 to 3 years, depending on the complexity. If it's a small luxury unit, maybe 12 months, but it is not less than 12 months. So you have a time frame of 12 to 36 months, depending on the complexity of the project. Some projects, high-rise projects, takes as much as 5 years. If you look at the early, churches of about those days, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but I know technology now has actually reduced time frame. But this is something that you need to bear in mind if you're going into building, that it will take some time. So you don't hurry the contractors that they should do this. Even no matter how you fund it, you should know that there are some activities that require time, like the curing of concrete. So what you do at such point, if you're working with skilled professionals, like we work with those of us in Crafterjack, you will have the project management cycle work as much as possible to make sure that activities overlap and we reduce the time frame of that project. Another challenge is the high risk of costs overruns. Now, how does this affect your project? Inflation can hit you at any time. So you had budgeted that this building is going to take you about 5 billion, 10 billion, and I'm starting the project. The material, exchange rates, and every other thing affects the cost. And a project that was supposed to be 5 billion shoots up to 7 billion, 6 billion. And that's one of the risks of building afresh, because as long as time is involved, changes are about to occur. But remember, I told you at Crafterjack, there's a way we do it and we help you. Great. All right. Another is managing stress, even the owner stress. And that's a very huge expertise, which actually needs a project manager. So you need a project manager when you want to do such. You need an architect in your team. In fact, you need a full team to do that. But you know, there's something we do at Crafterjack. We do all this coordination because we have a whole team. It's a one-stop shop. So do well to reach out to Crafterjack Nigeria Limited, and you have all your issues of building sorted out. All right. Now, how do you decide what is right for you? The wealthy, the high network individuals actually choose something, and I'm going to show you here. You know, the ultra rich, which I call the high network individual, they use a hybrid strategy, and that hybrid strategy is you buy an existing home, then renovate it, and to renovate it to their standard. You know, but remember, there's still a bit of restriction to that, but that's what a lot of people do, because the value with that will be, you know, they will save time, they will have more value, and the cost for it might not have been as high. So for somebody who is investing, that's a deal for the person. Another one is they do what is called balancing of their portfolio. You know, they diversify. They own a mix of already built houses, and also look at making the custom made, so that while they are making money from the already built, they can as well be planning for the one that is custom built. So you see why I say it's a hybrid strategy. Then another thing they consider is the market timing. When are they going into this? When are they buying and when are they selling? So when they buy when the property value drops. Like in Nigeria, there was a period where we had materials go down, and shortly after the transition, a lot of things went up, and people who bought before the transition in power actually had a good buy. And now, if they are selling now, they will be making so much of profit. All right. So the timing really matters. Now let me take you to another stage of where I want us to do a bit of comparison of these two, so that we know which one is best, which one is ideal, right? So here's a simple breakdown that I put down for you. If we look at the factors against the types, in terms of factor, we'll look at the costs, we'll look at control, we'll look at time, taking that order. Costs, number one; control, number two; time, number three. Then long-term, what is it called? Long-term return on investment, and then risk. These are how many factors? 5 factors against the two types: buying a luxury home and building a luxury home. The buying first, and we take the building second. Against cost, if you are to buy, you have fixed, but it will be possibly overpriced. The cost will be fixed, but it might be overpriced. And if you are building, you have higher upfront but tailored value. Why did I say that? You need much money to acquire that property. You need much money to build that property, but you gain the value because you determine how you want it to be. The second one is control. When it comes to buying, your control is limited because whatever you see is what you buy. You get the point? But for building, you have full control over every detail. Are you getting the message? When it comes to time, if you are buying, it's actually an immediate moving. So what I'm giving you a recap. It's an immediate moving into the property if you are buying. But if you are building, you need 1 to 3 years. You get that? When we look at the return on investment, that one is dependent on, when it comes to buying, it actually depends on the market conditions at that point. But when it comes to building, yes, you have a higher resale potential. How? If you actually follow through the process of your building to detail, to cost that was planned, and you don't run into overruns, you can actually make profits if you are projected well. Then the risk for buying is lower, while the risk for building is actually higher, but the potential is much. Okay? So if you are someone who wants to, who values control, you see what you go for. If you value control and long-term appreciation, building is ideal for you. But if you prefer convenience, buying makes more sense. Can you see that? Can you see that? So what I would ask you is that, for you who is watching me now, which one do you prefer? Would you prefer buying or would you prefer building? Either of them is good, depending on what you want to do. But my advice is that if you're not moved into real estate investments, this is the time for you to move into real estate investments, because the benefits of real estate is enormous, and that is where the super wealthy, that's where the billionaires, that's where the high networking individuals, that's where they hide their treasures. All right? So go ahead, like this video. As I said earlier, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe to this channel, and feel free to drop a comment. We'll deal with that as we go. All right? Thanks for joining me, and have a good time. So for now, it's bye from Dr. Utibe Akah.